Find out how Lindenwood students fared in the Shark Tank with fashion mogul Damon John. I'm Benjamin Bathke, and I'll have that story. In spite of the unwavering support from his fellow Panamanians, the Black Tino lost to former Lindenwood student Adam Meredith in 4 rounds. It was a solemn yet jovial atmosphere today at Young Hall. Each speaker praised Riff Fournier as an extraordinary human being and shared personal stories about the late Lindenwood professor. While each story was unique, they all had one thing in common: that Riff Fournier will continue to live on in all the lives he's touched. Reporting for LUTV News, I'm Benjamin Bathke. According to the Institute for International Education, students who study abroad not only gain a global perspective, but a global skill set that has a positive impact, both socially and economically, on communities in the United States and all around the world. She says the top 3 things she wants people to take away from tonight's talk are: number 1, our freedom and our privacy are enormously under siege. Number 2, we can do something about it. And number 3, that includes everybody in this audience. Tonight's loss means that the World Series will be decided at Fenway Park. The Redbirds will have to travel to Boston for at least 1 game, regardless of the outcome of Game 5 here at Busch Stadium. Reporting for LUTV News, I'm Benjamin Bathke. Although 40 startups applied to be in the Shark Tank Thursday night, only 4 of them got to pitch their ideas. $500 cash prizes were awarded in the student and the community categories. HIV is a contemporary epidemic that only asks one question: are you human? It's very important, he told me, to empower yourself with knowledge, because everybody is at risk. A doubleheader drew hundreds of students and other interested people to the campus of Lindenwood University Thursday night. People in the audience could not only listen to the life and success story of Damon John, but also witness a pitching event similar to ABC's Shark Tank. Find out what seasoned veterans and aspiring newcomers had to say. The J. Scheidegger Center for the Arts turned into a Shark Tank on Thursday. 2 Lindenwood students were one of the contestants in the pitching event. They created Campus, a social network for college students that enables them to interact exclusively with other students at the same school. Diego Café told me what he wanted to get out of the big event.
We're hoping, 1, to get the exposure from the Lindenwood community, which is where we're launching our beta market, and the feedback from successful entrepreneurs.
One of the jury members for the pitching event was founder and CEO of clothing company Fubu and investor of ABC Shark Tank, Damon John. In his speech prior to the contest, he talked about his 5 shark points.
You have to love and be passionate about what you're doing. That is the only thing that every single entrepreneur that I know that is successful has in common.
Founder of the Book Exchange in St. Charles, Rick Dury, was also a member of the jury. He says the more we can relate to Damon John, the more we can say that we can do it too.
All of us have those life stories. We all have them in different ways, and we have different pitfalls along the way. We have different challenges.
Right after the speech, the Shark and 3 other entrepreneurs listened to different startup ideas and gave feedback. Although 40 startups applied to be in the Shark Tank Thursday night, only 4 of them got to pitch their ideas. $500 cash prizes were awarded in the student and the community categories. Campus and interactive development company owner Mark Bateman cashed in. Bateman invented a conference app that connects the presenter with the audience.
I wasn't sweating bullets. I enjoyed it. I thought that seeing him actually pay attention to what I was saying was sort of invigorating. So I was very appreciative of his time, and it really did help.
Rick Dury says Campus might get traction if they get noticed by some colleges.
I think it has a lot of real-world application for college students who have direct, specific needs. Now they're going to have a challenge because there's a lot of big players in that space.
Coming in first was not as important as getting the Shark to listen to their idea.
This is going to inspire us because it's just more validation that we've got a really good thing on our hands. And yeah, we won, but it's only the start. I mean, we've got a long way ahead of us, and this is just a stepping stone towards our goal.
Yeah, this gives us a little boost that we needed to keep working and keep working hard.
Rick Dury told me the Shark Tank was only the beginning. A pitching event will be held at least once a year, and there will be a business symposium every 6 months. The Dury Center for Entrepreneurship even plans to establish an Entrepreneurship Hall of Fame. Dury said Lindenwood and entrepreneurship are about teamwork and partnership, as well as ideas bouncing off each other. Reporting for LUTV News, I'm Benjamin Bathke. Mass surveillance could not only cost you privacy, but possibly your job. Nadine Strawson told me that because the NSA is subverting encryption technology, Trade secrets are in danger, and business partners will be vulnerable to cyber criminals. As a result, experts think that foreign companies would be foolish to do business with American companies. When LU archivist Paul Huffman invited Strossen last spring, neither of them knew how relevant the topic would be after this summer's disclosures.
Tuesday, September 17th, marked Constitution Day. Civil rights advocate Nadine Strossen finds the recent revelations regarding the National Security Agency's surveillance activities staggering. She believes the country has strayed from the Constitution's guarantees of individual freedom and privacy.
Since 9/11, there has been a constantly expanding net of surveillance that departs from the constitutional standards and statutory standards of individualized suspicion and judicial supervision.
But not only our privacy is at risk. Strossen emphasized that mass surveillance, eavesdropping, and data mining also have negative repercussions on First Amendment freedoms of speech. The former head of the American Civil Liberties Union thinks that it will cause people to self-censor.
They're not going to say certain things, they won't speak to certain people, they may be deterred from joining certain organizations and be deterred from expressing their opinions in letters to editors.
Strossen's talk attracted interested students, professors, and local residents.
She says the top 3 things she wants people to take away from tonight's talk are: number 1, our freedom and our privacy are enormously under siege. Number 2, we can do something about it. And number 3, that includes everybody in this audience.
North St. Louis County resident Jim Denk gets the message. He's already been active in local grassroots groups.
I've taught classes on the Constitution and been politically active, supporting pro-liberty candidates.
Alex Moraes is an international Lindenwood student from Honduras. He says he was not aware that the Fourth Amendment grants privacy in the United States. The presentation impacted him because surveillance does not only take place in the United States but everywhere in the world, including his home country.
Big Brother is definitely watching, not only here their own people, but also us, and so we are victims of this surveillance.
Nadine Strossen's presentation is part of Lindenwood's speaker series. The next event features 2008 Olympic gold medalist winner Shawn Johnson and will take place on Thursday, October 24th at 7 p.m. in Highland Arena. Reporting for LUTV News, I'm Benjamin Bathke. More winter weather is on the way. There is a possibility of rain, sleet, freezing rain, and snow for Missouri. The Missouri Department of Transportation offers a variety of options to help you make your travel decisions. MoDOT has a traveler's information map that can be found at modot.org. It features real-time views of road conditions. The holiday spirit has taken over the Lindenwood University's men's soccer team, who are reaching out to those in need. Winner of the MIAA Coach of the Year Award, Lindenwood University's Carl Hutter has asked each member of his team to donate 1 canned item and 1 clothing item. If you have been driving down First Capitol Highway recently, you will have seen a few changes appearing to its scenery. Lindenwood University's men's housing site is being reconstructed and will include a new larger Schnucks, a post office, and some new dorms for Lindenwood residents. University student Julia Nagler said it's exciting to see it taking shape. Although Lindenwood University owns the site, construction company Desco is in charge of the project. The completion date for the project is still unknown. After years of talking about less spending, some Missouri officials are talking about more. Governor Jay Nixon said recently that he would like to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on public schools before his term ends in 3 years. State departments have already turned in proposed budgets for the fiscal year that starts next July. But Nixon's budget director says that revenues are looking better and there could be room to fund a few more things.